Welcome. Hello. Hi, everyone. Welcome. We have a bit of a different stream today, and I'm very excited for it. But hello. First off, I want to say hi to everyone and ask how you're all doing. As usual, make sure that you're all drinking water and eating good foods and getting at least some sleep. So hello Summer, hello Psychedelic, hello Laghost, hello Safi, hello Kazuma, hello Niaro, hello sorry, there's someone named Luke that doesn't have the name Luke on here, and then I see Luke and then I'm like, wait, Luke, and hello John. Hi there. Hi John. I'm happy to see you all here. Welcome. How are you guys doing? How is your day going? Here, I have music for this. Let me turn on some nice jazzy background tunes. But hello. I'm happy to see you guys here. Welcome. Don't forget to like the stream. I'll be going now. Oh, okay. Well, bye John. It was nice seeing you. Thanks for at least popping in. And just like that, when the world needed him most, he vanished. And the relay stream was starting early till 5 minutes ago. Oh gosh, sorry. Yeah, so I was originally gonna do this at like much later today, but then I got the pickup time for my guinea pig, and it was pretty close to when we were supposed to start stream, and I was like, dang it, well, I wanna make sure I have enough time for this. So then I made it earlier, and then I made it too early, because as I was getting some of the sound effects for our manga reading today, I accidentally didn't give myself enough time. It took a lot longer than I thought it would. I thought it would take like maybe like 2 hours. It's like 2.5 to 3. I'm like, oh my god. So getting all of those ready for today's stream, and then yeah, so then I had to push it back by a half hour. So sorry for the weird crazy time, but water, I only consume dihydrogen monoxide. Get with the times. What is that? What is dihydrogen monoxide? That sounds scary. I know it's probably not, but it sounds scary. Let me see here. I wanted to try to make sure that, well, I don't know how to do it. There's a way that you can like access your stream, and I wanted to make sure that we have the latency at the right setting, but oh well, too late. Also, oh here, let me actually go ahead and make a little thing right here. So I'm gonna really quickly pin a comment. Oh my god, I'm so bad at typing. I don't know how I'm so slow at typing. I type like 5 words per minute. Okay, perfect. So let me just search one more thing. Okay, so made a comment. I'm gonna pin it up there real quick. So basically, I'm just letting you guys know, since this is a manga reading stream, I'm mostly going to be, at the surprise of hopefully not too many, reading manga. So so it's gonna be a little bit hard for me to keep up with chat. So chat is, when I talk to you guys, it's mostly gonna be at the beginning and then at the end of stream. So I'm not gonna be talking too much to chat, so you guys are welcome to talk amongst yourselves or to lurk or do whatever, but I just want to let you guys know ahead of time, it's not a super interactive one, and I hope that's okay. It's just a nice comfy chill stream that you guys can enjoy. And hi JB, welcome. I'm happy to see you here. How's it going? First time catching a stream. Well, we're happy to have you. I don't drink water, half my body only works off Arizona's. It's gonna be a different stream, but in a good way, I feel like. Yeah, I'm very excited for it. It's literally water. Oh, oops, sorry. It's not water, it's H2O. I know that one. That one is water. It's 3:30 a.m. where I am, and I can't sleep, so I'll probably just listen while I try to sleep. Oh, that's perfect. I mean, that's what this is kind of for. And the story that we have today isn't a super, like, you know, explosive, action-y one. It's just a nice, chill story. It's only 1 volume long. We're gonna read the first half of it today, so I'm not gonna go through the whole thing because I didn't have enough time to get all the sound effects for it. But we're gonna be reading the first half of this story, and it's nice and chill, so don't worry, I'm not gonna be screaming in your ears, I promise. Hope you have a great day. I gotta go back to work. Oh, okay, well, good luck at work. I hope that you have a good rest of your day. Thank you for stopping by. I'll be lurking then. Enjoy your reading, Spilf. Thank you. All right, we'll talk amongst us. Amongst ourselves. Sounds good. Reading manga on a manga stream? That's crazy, right? Not as often as I will be brainstorming new OCs and drawing. Nice. Sounds good. Well, you guys all enjoy. We're gonna go ahead and start with the manga reading. So I'm gonna pause this. I'm not gonna have much music in the background because it's... I want it to be like mostly just like story, so it's just gonna be the story. I hope that's okay. Also, I've never done this before. I'm gonna try to you know, read out the descriptions and everything like that. But this is my first time doing this, so please be a little bit gentle with me. All right. It was the start of spring. It was a rainy day. The scene opens on a small apartment. There is a young woman with short black hair. I'd say medium black hair. It goes to about her shoulders. She's sitting there in a tank top and shorts with a... Also, let me know if the audio is okay or if I need to turn the sound effects down. I was having a few issues with them earlier, so just let me know. I'll turn it down just a hair, just to be safe. She has a jacket tied around her waist, and she's sitting while it's raining outside. It's a simple apartment. There's a tall standing mirror, a dresser, some curtains, an air conditioning unit, and the folding chair and table. That's why both my body and her hair are heavy and damp. The whole area was filled with the lovely smell of rain. Sorry, give me 1 second. I accidentally did a little mess up. But that's okay. 1 second. Oh my god. Oh, Jesus Christ. Sorry. Sorry. Okay, just little a mess up. Should be okay. As a treat. Little fucking shit, dude. Alright, little a mess up as a treat. Alright, perfect. Alright. There we go. That's why both my body and her hair are heavy and damp. Audio's fine for now? Okay, sounds good. Thank you. The whole area was filled with the lovely smell of rain. The cell phone is ringing, but you cannot see who is calling. There is only the decline and the accept buttons. She slowly lifts herself up from the floor and walks around the room as the rain continues on. The earth quietly turned on its axis. And in the world, her body and my body were quietly losing heat. That was the day. And as she stands up, she puts on her jacket and slowly walks out the door. Carrying her umbrella, she walks underneath the train station. That was the day that she brought me home. And she walks up to a box where there is a little white cat staring at her. And that is why I am her cat. And it cuts to a visual of her lounging in the apartment with the cat snuggling up on her lap, and it is extremely cute. Same apartment building, same room, just her smiling and reading a book while the cat snuggles up on her lap. The sound of the spring wind flapping against the sheets is what marks our time together. He looks up at her and stares into her eyes, and she gives a gentle smile and says, "What's up, Chobi?" I love her. Meow. Are you hungry? Is that it? She slowly stands up, picks him up, and sets him on the floor. Just hang on a minute, okay? Walking over to the kitchen, she pulls out a little ceramic bowl and puts some cat food in it and sets it down. Walking over, she pulls off a long bed sheet that was hanging in the summer sun. Chobi is sitting there, eating happily, just munching on his food, and he lets out a little burp, like a cute little cat. Chobi! She was as beautiful as a lover, and as kind as a mother. That was tasty, right? She says, smiling, while she sits beside him. She gives his head a little gentle pat, and places her face on her knees while she scritches him. The same cell phone is ringing, but this time we can see who's calling. It's her mom. She pauses for a minute. She always waits for the phone to stop ringing, then checks to see who called. Hello, Mom? Sorry, I was just in the bathroom. I wonder who called her. Maybe her mother? Yes, I have rice. I'll be fine, yes, she says. She picked up the phone. Oh, of course she had picked up the phone, and she had walked over to a different room and was speaking with her mother. Given my position, I should probably be introduced to her soon, or am I being impatient? It then cuts to a scene of the train that's right outside of her apartment as it's passing by in the nighttime. As she slowly gets home from work. She lives alone and comes back from work in the evenings. I'm home. Oh, did you come to welcome me back? I don't know what her job is, and I don't care to know. You must be hungry. I'll make you some dinner. But I'm also fond of the irritation I feel when I can't see her. She walks into the kitchen and squats down in front of the fridge as she opens it up. Her freezer is always packed full. This and... Sometimes she cooks up a bunch of food and freezes it, like she just remembered it needs doing. I froze a lot of food again, she said, as she slowly sat down with her head in her hands, a bit concerned at her eating habits. Perhaps this is her way of relieving stress. A little bit of oil splashes up onto her arm. Ah, hot. She slowly scrolls down and looks on her phone at the recipe that's on there. It's for a rice bowl with chicken and egg. And she keeps cooking. Meow. Her hair is in a very short ponytail. Ponytails really suit her too. Chobi has found his way onto the microwave that's next to her while she cooks her meal. I know, right? It smells good, doesn't it? She pulls out some plastic wrap and puts it around the bowl. She does this so that she doesn't have to clean her dishes later. She places the rice in the bowl. So lazy of me. Hup! And she moves the food into the bowl. She and Chobi make their way over to the living room of the apartment, where she starts watching some TV. That's pretty complicated. Your mother is getting remarried. I'm taking an accepting stance about it. And yeah, we get along, but how much can a parent understand their child's loneliness? She slowly blows on the food, takes a bite, and is surprised by how delicious it is. More bites. Her eyes shut tight as she squeals with excitement. The meals she eats always seem to be very delicious, says Chobi, while he's staring at her. After TV time, she moves over to her apartment with the AC blowing. Chobi sprawls out on the table, and she pulls out a chair and takes a seat next to him. Woo! Her slightly puffed up hair is gently fragrant with the scent of soap. She goes ahead and she pulls out her newspaper. Looking through the news. She has her glasses on as she stares at it. And this is the first time I've ever seen her read the paper. No, I can't see her. Because of the paper, I can't actually see her reading. Thinks Chobi. He puts his paw up and slams it down onto the table. Ah! Meow, he says, while sitting right in front of her with the newspaper at the side. She sighs and gives him a gentle pet on the head, a little bit annoyed, but understanding. Chobi begins playing with the newspapers to the side as she begins typing on her computer. She's scrolling through what appears to be Facebook, looking at all of her friends and family having a wonderful time. She looks a bit sad. Chobi then moves over closer to her. What's up? Oh, what a mess you've made. She gives out a gentle sigh as she takes off her glasses and pets him on the head. Every day it feels like I'm headed towards some sort of time limit, but I don't know what that is. Every day, something makes me feel a bit flustered, and at the end of the month, that turns into regret. But in the end, since it's not concrete, a whole year has passed this way. It's like I'm the only one that's not accustomed to the world, she says, sadly stroking his head. My boss told me I should at least read the paper, but you can read the same stuff on the net. But I didn't read the news there either. I do not comprehend her sadness, thought Chobi. But when she caresses me without expression, it's probably when something's troubling her, he thought. It's now nighttime, as the imagery shows her apartment, a laundry basket, some of her clothes, the TV that's on in the background. Every day she heads out to work. I don't know what her job is, and I don't care to know, but I really love the way she is when she leaves the apartment in the morning, thought Chobi, sprawled out on the floor, staring at her while she is slowly getting ready for the day in front of the mirror. Her black hair tied up neatly, just a bit of makeup and the fragrance of perfume. The black-haired woman gently pets him on the head. She puts her hand on my head. I'll see you later, okay? She says with a loving smile. She stands up perfectly straight. The pleasant sound of her footsteps ring out, and she opens the heavy metal door. The smell of morning grass with wet rain lingers for a little while, he thinks, while she slowly disappears. And that is the end of Spring Rain and the very first chapter of this book. How are you guys liking it so far? I hope it's okay. I don't know. Do I need to be a little bit more descriptive, or is it somewhat easy to follow along? With this story, it's not a lot of coherent structure of things happening all together. It's like there's a scene over here, and then there's a scene over here, and then now she's cooking, and now they're lounging, and now she's somewhere else in the apartment. Personally really like your reading style. Well, thank you very much. Also, hello, the Born Loser. Welcome. I'm happy to see you here. How's it going? It's really cute. Oh, okay. I'm glad that you guys are enjoying it. That makes me very happy. Best boy in the thumbnail. I'm gonna have fun watching that later. Oh, nice. I see that you uploaded. Also, hello, Zephyrum. Welcome. I arrived but only momentarily. I hope everyone has a good time today and have a nice day out there. Well, thank you, Zephyrum. I don't know if you're still here, but I hope that you have a great day as well. Thank you for stopping by. It's really cute. Okay, I'm very glad. All right. Summer has arrived. The black woman, the woman with black hair says as she lifts up her hair. It cuts to an imagery of the black-haired woman. Her hair is a little bit shorter to show that she's a little bit younger. She's sitting in an apartment on the floor with another woman as they're leaning in together to take pictures. The other woman has what appears to be brown hair with a side part bang, and she's sitting on the floor, a little bit more gaudy looking. Her hair is a little bit longer than the black-haired girl's. The black-haired girl's is about shoulder length, while hers is right past her shoulders. She has a phone up in her hand, and she has long painted nails and makeup on. She has the phone up high above her head to take selfies with, while the black-haired girl is leaning over with a couple of peace signs up. And that is the photo cover for the second chapter called First Summer. In the morning, sunshine completely fills the apartment, forewarning the heat that will come later in the day. I'll put on the air conditioner timer, she says, dressed in her work clothing, about to head out for the day. She fiddles around with the remote control for the AC before turning it on. I don't want to go out for... I don't want to go out for drinks after work, she says. It pans over to a small photograph that's sitting on the edge of the windowsill. You can't make out the faces, but it's definitely two girls. They look very similar to the ones in the last photo. She's beautiful today too, Chobi thought, while she gently pat him on the head. See you later, she said, as she left for work. When she's not here, I sometimes go out like this, thought Chobi, as he jumped down from the windowsill, outside, and onto the ground. I've got a girlfriend now, a kitten named Mimi. There's a little kitten that's laying on a park bench. It looks pretty similar. It's mostly white, but it has a little bit of coloring on both of the eyes and ears. We often rendezvous at the park. Mimi is small and cute, and very good at being affectionate. And it shows a little image of Mimi, I can't think of any other words, but Mimi glomping Chobi. She's pounced on him, and there's a bunch of hearts around them. But as you'd expect, I prefer more grown-up ladies like my mistress, he thinks. Hey, Chobi? Yes, Mimi? Let's get married. Listen, Mimi, I keep telling you I have a grown-up lover. That's a lie. It's not a lie. Let me meet her. No. Why not? Listen, Mimi. This thing here should happen after you're grown up, etc., etc. Our conversations go on like that. The day slowly turns into nighttime, and Chobi returns back home. That day, it seemed to me that she came home quite late. The entire apartment is filled with darkness, except for a small light that shines when the door opens. The black-haired woman is standing there and bowing politely to a man who's holding a briefcase at the door. Thank you for seeing me home. I'll see you again at the office. It shows her face, but she doesn't look quite happy. She looks more uncomfortable than anything. And it's almost as if she feels... I mean, definitely uncomfortable, but almost as if she feels, like a burden for having to be shown home. Good night, then, she says, while closing the door. Sorry I'm so late, Chobi, she says. Chobi with a face full of chicken breast, eating his food. I can smell alcohol on her. Ugh, my head, she says while she grabs the counter for support and with her other hand is grabbing her head. And grilled chicken smoke. and the odors of lots of strangers. In this apartment that smells like her, she was the one thing that smelled out of place, he thought, while he followed her over into the living room. She pulled out her chair and sat on it. She sighs, with her head in her hands, pulling back her hair. She slowly opened up the laptop. Gotta get it done, she said. Typing away on her computer, finishing her work that she brought home with her. Doing some budgeting for a fine art school. Chobi sits next to her and just watches. Until she decides to stop working, and she ends up Google searching small talk while out for drinks. She goes ahead and picks up her phone, but we can't see who the caller is. The next scene shows that same photo that was on the windowsill, but this time much clearer, and it is the same picture that was taken back at the first photo at the beginning of this chapter. It's the black-haired girl with two peace signs up and the longer-haired girl sitting next to her. She hums to herself while putting on a very cute summer dress, getting ready to go out. Sunday of that week, she smiled in front of the mirror as usual. She stands there and kind of checks herself out in the mirror to make sure she looks okay. She checks her clock to see that she's almost late for her meeting, puts on a little bit more lipstick, and then goes ahead and puts on her high heels. Would she come home again smelling like that? She sits down. Yep, bye-bye now. She leaves the apartment and goes ahead and takes a train. While she's waiting for the person that she's meeting, she opens up a book. Chatting over drinks, out for drinks, have no fear. We have the tricks, use self-deprecating humor. She appears to be reading a book about how to chat over drinks. Tips and hints for when you're invited out for drinks with colleagues. Me! You! It's been forever, but it sure doesn't feel like it. The other person has arrived. She's the same woman from earlier, this time with her hair much longer. It curls around at the base of her hair, and the base of her hair goes to right under her chest. She has a lot of makeup on and has painted long nails. She has some jewelry on and a very fashionable shirt with a high-waisted pant combination. She looks very cute and very stylish. It's been forever, but it sure doesn't feel like it. Moving over, they go inside of a restaurant called Pasta and Pizza. They look over the menu, which has fresh ham whimsy soup, carrot potage, edamame, and broad bean soup, mystery soup, prosciutto salad, orange and balsamic salad, strawberry and onion salad. Ew. Ugh, sorry. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm not supposed to say anything, but that's gross. Kabocha and mascarpone salad, fig salad. I'll have the chilled tomato pasta. And for me, the crab cream penne, please. Aha! You always order what you don't cook for yourself. Yep. The waitress takes their order and then walks away. Once the food arrives, it's set down. How have you been? Oh, how have you been? Totally great. Super great. It's kind of strange somehow having lunch with you like this, says the black-haired woman. We really tried our best to cook back in the day, didn't we? College, how nostalgic. This is so good, says the black-haired woman with a mouthful of her food. Yikes, this is seriously delish, says the brown-haired girl, taking a bite of her own meal. Right? You haven't changed a bit, Tomoka, says the black-haired woman. Is your husband well? She asks. As usual, he's busy as hell at the office every day. What about you, Miyu? Huh? Oh, well, I'm living with a cat. No, I mean, you've been a company employee for a year. How is it? Compared to when you were a jobless grad. There's a moment, a fleeting look of sadness. The black-haired woman's name is Miyu, so I'll be referring to her as such from now. There's a sad look on Miyu's face for a moment, and she just kind of stares. Back then, things were tough in some vague way, but now, becoming an adult seems really hard somehow, she says, an uncomfortable sad smile on her face. Miyu, you sound like an old person, says her friend jokingly. Huh? Oh, really? I'll have to be careful about that. She continues with the uncomfortable smile, and for a moment, Tomoka, the brunette woman, pauses and looks a bit more serious. Miyu, are you worn out? No, not at all. Oh, do you have a boyfriend? No way. The only one waiting for me at home is my cat, she says. Oh, right, the cat you mentioned before? Huh? Do you have a photo? She pauses for a moment. No. Leaving the restaurant, she ends up heading back home later that day. She's sitting in the apartment living room, on the floor, with the clothes next to her as she irons them for work for the next day. When she came home, she smelled the way I like, but her face seemed sadder than when she left, thought Chobi, as she slowly ironed the rest of her clothing. She placed it on a hanger. Hey, Chobi? What should I do? She asked, crouching right in front of him, but with almost a pained smile on her face. I can't really talk to the people at work, and now I've lost the ability to talk to my old friends, too. Well, I'll just have to hang in there, huh? I started out later than other people, and I won't get another chance, she said, gently stroking Chobi's head. Sometimes her behavior is difficult to understand. Mimi, who's so skilled at being affectionate, cries when she's sad and gets angry when she's annoyed. All right, she said, closing the dish cabinet after having finished her dishes. Has her sadness faded away? Oh, Chobi, she asked. Can I take your picture later? She asked Chobi as he yawned while sitting on the microwave. For my part, I couldn't understand why she, an adult, was smiling. The breeze that blows through that window has grown cooler. It was one such day. After a long, long phone call. That is the end of chapter 2. I think this is going by a lot quicker than I thought. Despite not having all of the sound effects that I'd like to use, I think we're just going to go ahead and continue. I'd like to read all of this today. I'm very thoroughly enjoying this, and it's going by a lot quicker than I thought, so we'll go ahead and continue this. But for those of you who are not lurking, how are you guys doing? Is it still going okay? This is kind of sad. Yeah, it's a little bit sad, but you know, it's a really good story. I feel like it's very relatable. Also, the end of the chapter where it says, after a long, long phone call, it ends on a imagery of the apartment with the chair tipped over and paper scattered everywhere as Chobi is laying by the leg of the desk and is kind of staring off into, I guess, the camera, or is staring off towards you as you look. This hits home, yeah. It's a very nice, comfy story. But is it going okay so far? Okay, we're about halfway through. It does get, well, I guess you'll have to see. You'll have to see. Would you guys prefer if I had music in the background for those of you who are, well, no, we'll leave it without music for right now. I think I might edit this later and then put music to it, but for right now, we'll go ahead and leave it without. The next chapter opens up on the train station that's by her house, with Chobi napping on the floor by the window. Yeah, I'm enjoying it. I do have to lurk now, but you're doing great. Okay, well, thank you, Lagos. No worries. You guys enjoy your lurking. Good? Okay, sounds good. Awesome. Through the apartment dyed red with fading light. Her voice quietly sounds out. I'm home. Woo! She sets down a giant bag of groceries on the floor. Her clothing is a bit more warm this time. You can tell that the seasons are changing. She has a long sleeve jacket over a hoodie and a long skirt to match with socks on. As she starts slowly putting the groceries that she just purchased away, Chobi comes up curiously and she gives him a little pat on the head. Sheesh, why did you come here just to get in the way? She asks affectionately while rubbing his cheeks. She's always ready, with such a kind smile for me. But, here! She pulls out an ice-cold beer and pushes it against Chobi before pressing it against her own face. Once I get through this week, I can take a breather at work. Let's get some food for you too, Chobi. Sometimes that can be intensely frustrating. Another day, as she's finished work and has come home, she walks in, puts her bag on the floor, puts her clothing, her overclothing on the floor and changes into something more comfortable. She sits down at her desk and types away. Until she gets another phone call. She proceeds to ignore it while she continues to type, tapping away, focused on her work. Chobi is lying on the table next to her laptop. He's laying on some of the papers and crumpling them a little bit. Whew, she says, taking off her glasses, putting her head on the desk and holding her head with her hand, frustrated. Get in the bath, take out the trash, then sleep for 2 hours. She brings out the trash, and another day begins. I'll see you later, she says, patting Chobi on the head. As the days continue... Oh my god, can you hear that barking? There's some dog that's barking really loudly. I hope that's not too annoying. I think he stopped. As the days continue on the same, every single day. I'll see you later. She pats Chobi on the head and walks out. As she walks out, there is a little packet that's on the countertop. It looks like something that she was supposed to bring to work. She came home in the middle of the day for the first time in a long time. Yes. I am truly sorry, sir. Yes. She enters the apartment and looks frantic while she's searching around for something. She's on the phone with what appears to be her superior. I'll call you again as soon as I find it. Even I could hear the voice on the other end of the line. Yes. If you will excuse me then. She searches her bag that she places on the counter. She searches the trash. She searches her bookshelves. She looks all around the room while papers are strewn about. She places her head in her chair with her arm on the desk, totally defeated. I did it before. I'll do it again. I was able to do it once. If I stay up all night again, it'll be okay. I felt as if the long, dark shadow surrounding her was going to spirit her away somewhere. She slowly pulls herself back on the chair and goes back to redoing all of the work that she did the night before. Oops. Chobi lies asleep next to her as the time ticks away. Looking at the clock, it's past 2 in the morning, almost 2:30. She then gets up after finishing her work, she then gets up after a little break, washes her face, brushes her teeth, spits out the water, and walks over. She drinks some medicine or something to keep her awake, stretches a little bit, sits on the chair. That night, she didn't sleep a wink. She continues working throughout the night. She didn't eat any breakfast, and she barely put on any makeup. Her hurried footsteps sounded out as she began to get dressed for work and walked towards the door. She then notices the envelope by the door. She gives it a scarily angry glance. See you later, as she left for work. Another day passes. There are more clothes strewn about. There's trash everywhere. There are papers on the floor. And our protagonist sits on the floor with her head on her knees, hugging them, exhausted. Chobi comes up to her and lays down by her foot. Meow? Sorry, Chobi. I've lost the energy to cook you dinner. A sad smile, almost pained, shows on her face as she moves her hand over and gently pets him on the head. The hand she used to pet me was pitifully feeble. Next time, okay? And then she stared hard at the phone that she rarely answered, like she was being drawn toward it. Wonder if it's Mom. Hello? Mom? Yeah, I'm fine, she says, standing up, moving towards the window. I've been busy with work lately, but I'll visit home soon. Sure. Oh, seems like things are going well between you two, huh? What? She sits down and drops to her knees, a sad and distant look in her eyes. Congratulations, Mom. And then, after that long, long phone call, she wept. I didn't understand the reason why, but she cried there beside me for a long time. As she held her head in her hands, she began weeping. I'm the only one who sees that she is always kinder than anyone else, that she's lovelier than anyone else, that she lives more earnestly than anyone else. I hear her voice. Someone help me! She curls up and lays down on the floor, sobbing with her head in her hands, as Chobi lays down next to her. I felt her disconsolation through every one of my hairs, and little by little, the world's warmth cooled too. Hours later into the night, she's sitting by the table with what looks to be a convenience store dinner on the table, drinking a can of beer and crying. At nighttime, she lays down on the floor with a blanket, curled up. Listen, I love you. And then morning came, and she was gone from the apartment. That is the end of Cool Wind and Chapter 3. There is only one chapter left, so we're almost finished with the story. But how are you guys doing? I know it's a little bit sad. It hits home for some, and it's something that you can relate to. Well, at least for me. I've had many a breakdown around my animals. I'm not gonna you know, I'll be real and open. I've had many a breakdowns by my animals, so this is like a weird comfort book for me. It's a very good story. The imagery on this scene is her bag is on the table, and there's of course scattered papers everywhere. The blanket and pillow are just crumpled on the floor, and Chobi is looking around as if he's looking and wondering where she is. Now I can really listen to your voice. Hi, Whispers of Nox. I'm happy to see you. Welcome. I hope that you're doing okay. How's it going? Oh, so sad. It is a little sad. I like it. I'm glad. Also, hello, Pale Rider. I'm happy to see you here. How's it going? I'm glad that you're enjoying it so far. To be honest, I had a breakdown in the bathroom once, and my cat came at the perfect time meowing at the door. Yeah, I feel like... I know that some people say this, but I really believe it's true. I think that animals can definitely sense when, you know, people are sad, and they're very good at comforting. So that's something that, at least with my animals, they've always been very good at, like, when I cry, they, like, come over and find me and make sure I'm okay, which is really sweet and really good. But all right, so we're going to read the final chapter of the story. At least I'm, like, 99% sure that it's the final chapter. I have read this before. I don't know if there's two, but judging by how big it is, yeah, this is definitely the last chapter. So I hope that you guys are ready. I'm going to go ahead and continue. In the aimless darkness of space, this world that we've been placed on continues to turn. She's sitting there, alone, on a bench. She now has a thick winter jacket and long pants and some Converse, which is very different from the, well, I don't know if it's Converse. I can't tell what type of shoe it is. I meant to say like tennis shoes or sneakers. She's sitting on a park bench alone, sad, staring at her hands.
Yay!
The clock shows that it's about 10:25 in the morning.
And then Yuki said, let's get married when we grow up.
There's a group of about 4 young girls that are playing on a tire swing in the nearby park.
It's true love. Oh, me? I think I'll stay single, probably.
Sitting there sad on the bench, our black-haired girl looks down and sees Mimi. Mimi looks up at her.
Even if I got a new dad.
The children continue saying in the background of the park, while she sadly puts her hand down towards Mimi, and Mimi comes up and sniffs it.
But I don't think of him as my dad.
Mimi comes up and sniffs the hand.
I want to leave home before I start hating it here. Oh, that's so grown up.
Our black-haired protagonist moves her hand away and reveals that there's a cut with blood as Mimi hisses. Where did she run off to, I wonder? Thought Chobi while he stared up at the window. She begins walking around, talking on the phone. Yes, oh wait, let me take a look. I believe it's her talking on the phone. It might not be. Let me take a quick peek. No, she's not talking on the phone. There's a man in a suit that's walking past her who is talking on the phone. My apologies. Yes, tomorrow at 2:00. Through the apartment where she is absent comes the voice of someone on the phone. At the place where the briefing was the other day. How should I dress? A school bell ringing somewhere in the distance, and the sound of a train rolling along its tracks, reverberating like a heartbeat. She walks and continues walking. She passes by streets. She goes past a bridge, just walking aimlessly. She finds herself seated underneath a bridge as the phone keeps ringing. Two high school boys start walking by. Aren't you going to answer that? As if. Who is it? My folks. They call me as soon as they get a tiny bit worried. As the two boys start walking past her, they continue speaking. I hate talking on the phone. I feel like there's nowhere to run. And it's not like I'm doing anything wrong. She looks over sadly and pulls up her phone to a message from Tomoka. How have you been lately? Miu? I hope you've been eating properly, right? The boys continued speaking. But if they worry over me too much, it makes me feel like I'm a bad person. I love her face when she smiles, thought the cat. But it could be that her smile is a lie that she uses to hide her clenched teeth. I don't understand why she cried. I can't even say you'll be all right, but I gotta be independent, but... Chobi thought. It's showing a scene of rain. The same scene of rain that happened at the beginning of the story when she first found Chobi. I will always be by your side. The rain continues on as she's sitting underneath the bridge. She replied to Tomoka. It's been ages, Tomoka. I've been eating, with a happy face. But still, after all, I am your cat, thought Chobi. As he walked up next to Miu. It appears that while she's been out wandering around, so has Chobi. He must have left the house earlier and had been wandering around, and he found her in the rain, sort of similar to how she found him at the beginning. He stares at her, and she looks back, sad. Chobi? She gets up. Huh? Wasn't the door locked? Concern covering her face. Meow. She stands there and just stares at him. She can't hide the hurt in her face. Chobi, I'm so sorry. She runs over and kneels down in front of him. Did you come here all alone? Well, thank goodness you're not hurt. I'm so glad. She picks him up into a hug and holds him. I'm a terrible owner, aren't I? I'm so sorry. I'm sorry for making you take such a risk. She sets the phone down next to her. Chobi. And she continues hugging him while she lightly weeps. You're so warm. Let's go home together, thought Chobi. Tomoka, the imagery reveals that her phone is sitting up, face up, and Tomoka had sent her another message saying, What's wrong? Are you feeling a bit blue? Being able to completely read her despite her saying that it's okay. And then she sent a little emoji of a questioning cat. Thank you for looking for me, Chobi. The next day, she began chopping vegetables at home. Let me see. Tomoka had entered the house with her and was visiting her. She began chopping the vegetables. Oh, I see. So, Miu is not the one who is chopping the vegetables. Tomoka is, as she's preparing food. Miu, got an appetite? I do. I'm ready to eat. Tomoka is standing, preparing food for Miu, while she sits there on the floor, sitting at the table with a blanket wrapped around her. 101.3 degrees, she mumbles, while looking at the thermometer in her hand. And that's what you get for running in the rain, says Tomoka, setting down a large bowl of porridge next to her. Have you called in sick to work? Yeah. Sorry, Tomoka. Only calling you at times like this. The next day, she had a fever, says Chobi. You suck at asking for help. Now let's dig in. Bon appetit! They put their hands together and say their little itadakimasu. And she begins eating. Delicious. Tomoka gives her a coy smile. This past summer. When we had lunch together this summer? Yeah. To be honest, I thought you were different that day, Miyu. Wow, that makes me feel so lonely, I thought. But people only change when they're serious about something. So maybe I should start something new too, she says, while stretching out her arms in front of her excitedly. She gave a somewhat bashful smile. Chimes in Chobi. But what a mystery. I mean, I wonder how Chobi knew you were there, Miyu. What happened was that Mibi told me.
I smelled you on that lady, Chobi,
she said curtly. As the imagery pans over to a little image of Mimi meowing in the park. The seasons changed. The days continued passing. The seasons changed. And it is now winter. And there's snow falling from the sky. Dawn comes late in winter, so it's still dark out when she leaves in the morning, he thought. Wrapped in her thick coat, she looks like a huge cat. She's beautiful today, too. He sat there, staring at her. Her hair was now cut, and it was short as though the same way that it was back when she was in high school. She put on a large coat and turned around. Chobi! See you later, okay? She says, with a real smile this time, patting him on the head and exiting. Hello, Mom? Oh, will you be free during the next holiday? I've got a cat now, she said. Her, enveloped in the smell of the snow. Can I bring him home with me? And her cold fingertips, and the sound of the black clouds drifting through the sky so high above, and her heart, and my feelings, and our apartment. The snow soaks up every sound. Only the sounds of the train she rides reach my pricked ears. I, and probably she, too, like this world, I think, says Chobi, as she exits and leaves on the train, and it cuts to an image of them back in summer, with him cuddled up on her lap, while she smiles and reads a book over him. Spring. And so, a new spring comes again. I apologize. There is a, that was the end of the story, but there is, like a small extra epilogue that comes afterwards. So, a little bit that comes afterwards. So that was the end of Winter Landscape. There is a little bit bonus left still. So probably about like 5 pages left. It's showing the image of that night when she was dropped off by the man with the briefcase. Thank you for seeing me home. Well, good night. It's a night like any other. If there's something a little different, it's that she's in a somewhat good mood today. It seems like work must have gone well. She's beautiful today, too. She enters the home, comes in, pulls out a beer, sits down with her knees up to her chest, and giggles and smiles while she holds the beer up by her. They adopted my proposal on the spot. My boss even said, "Why don't you work on it from now on?" she said, while happily scritching Chobi's tummy while he played with her. I love her. Ding dong. Mitsuba delivery. She and Chobi both peek their head around the corner to see what the package is. They come over and get the package and pull it open. In it is a can of cat food. It says, "For Chobi, from Mom." Come to think, it says this is for you, Chobi, she says, holding up the can towards him. Come to think of it, she did message me about something. Is this it? I better text her back. She reaches for her phone and pulls it up. Whoa! The image of her mother in a wedding dress. and her husband beside her appears on the screen. Oh, they got their pictures back. Mom looks so pretty. Are we not going to open this can today? Chobi questions, swatting at the can. She stares at the screen, smiling. Oh, she says, looking away. Gotta draw a hot bath. The imagery is on the phone, and it's from her mother. There's a message that says, "It's not bad being married. You should find someone nice soon, too, Miu," with a smiley face. At nighttime, says that day. Later in the evening, when she returns home from work. Yes, well, I promise I'll give you an answer tomorrow. Good night, she says, to the man standing in her doorway. The same one that had the briefcase before. He's still wearing a suit currently. She moves over and shuts the door as he leaves. She puts her face on the floor in the pillow and goes, She was beautiful again when she came home. But sometimes I get uneasy, because it's to be expected that others will think she's as beautiful as I think she is. She slowly gets up from the pillow and grabs her phone and answers it. Oh, Tomoko, you read my text? Yeah. She stands up and walks over to the table. Yep, what do I do? He's a coworker. She moves over and sits down at the other side of the room. Yeah. This evening's spring wind. Yeah. Huh? Oh, no, I didn't ask. He says I'm really cute, and he's always liked me, stuff like that. And her body heat feels nice. I don't know, she thinks. As Chobi walks over and plops himself onto her lap on the floor, she stares out at the window into the night sky. I don't know. I think he's a nice person, but I love everything about her. When she's in good spirits and when she's not, Chobi thinks. A sad look is on her face, as though she doesn't know exactly what to do. I'm not wishing for anything. Well, I'm not, but I'm worried. Everybody's going to start getting married soon, right? And I'm wondering if I'll be doing okay 10, 20 years from now. Yeah. And no matter how hard I work, when talk of marriage comes up, all that effort seems pointless. I wish I was born a boy, she says, Chobi staring at her. Yeah. But I can't hate anyone else who loves her, Chobi thinks. After all, anyone who loves someone like her, who is so earnest, must surely also live earnestly. That's true, she says. She closes her eyes and smiles. I wanted him to tell me he loved how much of a fighter I am, she said, with a happy little smile on her face. Meow, Chobi says, as he stares back up at her. The next day, she returns home from work, and she opens the door. I'm home! When she came home, she was as beautiful as always. Let's make dinner. After that night, the man who saw her home never came by again. Oh, I forgot about the cat food Mom sent, she says, while she drops her bag, puts her coat down, and picks up the can of food. She looks at Chobi and gives him a happy smile while holding it. Tasty, huh, Chobi? Meow. She and her cat finished. So that is the end of the story. That is the end of the story. It is one of my favorite stories. It is probably one of my favorite manga. So for those who don't fully understand what happened, because it's a lot of just, like comfy scene changes. A lot of it kind of continues the same. Oh, welcome, Smooth Shading, right at the end. Welcome, I'm happy to see you here. How are you doing? I'm going to go ahead and turn... Oh, nope, I'm not doing that. I'm going to go ahead and turn the music back on. But yeah, so... That's a little too loud. There we go. So, The point of the story is it's about a young woman who is having a lot of life things that are happening. She feels lonely because her friend is now married, and she has difficulty talking with coworkers, and she has now come to learn that she also has difficulty talking with her friend. On top of that, her mother is also getting married, which stresses her out because she should be happy for her, but there's a part of her that's still a little bit sad. She found this cat and has now been taking care of it. She has a stressful job that's keeping her up, you know, sometimes with all-nighters, sometimes multiple nights even, because it's just a very difficult job. Everything is just kind of a lot for her, and then she ends up kind of breaking down after the whole thing at work happens. She gets really sad, has no energy, doesn't know what to do, breaks down crying. She ends up leaving out in the rain, and her cat ends up coming up and finding her, and she kind of realizes that she's not alone right now, and that, you know, it's like things will get better, and that, you know, she does have support. And through her friend too that texts her, she's like, hey, you know, I could tell that there's something wrong, which is really sweet, and it's really nice. And so she ends up getting a lot better, and she's yeah, I think it's one that can be related to very easily. It's one that I really like a lot. So yeah, I hope that you guys also enjoyed it. She also felt uncomfortable because she had a coworker that was asking her out, and she didn't know what to do, but she's like, should I just date him? Because, like, I need to get married at some point, because that's a lot of pressure from other people. You know, if you're not, like, married in Japan by you're, like, 25, or, like, by the time that you're 30, if you're not married, people kind of pressure you. So she had a lot of pressure about a lot of things, and so, yeah. But and it ended up with a very happy ending. She was able to decide what she wanted for herself. She told her coworker that she didn't want to date him. She ended up accepting that her mom got married, and she was very happy for her. That's also why she avoided her mom's phone calls at the beginning too. I don't think she wanted to hear about it. But yeah, so she came to accept it. She ended up being happy for her mom. She kind of realized that everything's okay. Yeah, and she has her cat. So I hope that you guys enjoyed it. That was a lot of fun, and I very much enjoyed reading it. So I do plan on reading more in the future. I know that one kind of started out very sad for most of it, and then it got less sad. But I mean, it did end up being less sad in the end. So missed quite a bit, unfortunately, but the ending sounded super cute. Oh, I'm glad. Well, I mean, sorry that you missed some, but I'm glad that you enjoyed the ending. Yeah, the ending was very good and wholesome. Bravo, that was beautiful. Oh, I'm glad. It's one of my favorite books, and there's like no audiobook for it, so I wanted to be able to kind of read it so that other people could enjoy it too. So I hope that you enjoyed it. I hope that I was able to do my job kind of properly. There's a lot of scene changes where it just skips days or like skips times, but most of it takes place in her apartment, so I was like, but yeah, I hope that it was still okay and that it wasn't too confusing. I like that story, and yeah, it's pretty relatable. Yeah, you always suggest the best manga. Thank you, I'm glad. I'm glad that my taste is at least somewhat okay. Moral of the story, cat solves all, get cat. Absolutely. I managed to make it back. What happened? At the end of the story, she accepts that her mom is remarried. She, after her breakdown, is comforted by her cat, and she realizes that she's not alone, and her friend comes over and takes care of her when she's sick, and so it's kind of exactly what she needs. She gets a little break from work, she turns down the coworker that was walking her home, and it's just an all-around good ending. A good ending for her. So, wish I could get a cat. That would be good. Yeah, cats are very good. Yeah, I know it was a very short stream, but that was what I had prepared for today. I mean, if you guys want, we can still do just a chatting stream and hang out for a little bit. I don't mind that at all. I wasn't quite sure how long the stream would take because, again, this is my first time doing it. I knew that, like, when I read it alone, it would take about an hour, but I didn't know, because I was reading it out loud and also describing things, if it would take longer. So, it ended up being a lot shorter than I thought. So, if you guys want, we can just hang out and chat for a bit. Totally up to you guys, or I can just end stream. Either way, whatever is good with you. I had a cat and he died a little while ago and now I'm sad. Oh, I'm sorry. That's always the hardest, is when you have pets that pass away. I've had a lot of pets pass away. I've also had a lot of pets in general. So they all must come to an end someday, which is sad, but, you know, I'm sure that they were very loved and very happy with you, that your cat was. I have to go now. Have a pleasant day and night, everyone. Thank you, Laghost, and thank you for stopping by. I hope that you have a great day or night as well. Thank you. Ending sounded really nice. It was really nice. Are you planning on reading other manga sometime? I am, absolutely. If you guys have any suggestions, let me know. I have a very, 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 very large manga collection, but I don't want to do any that are, like, too long for series, because I don't, you know, it would be difficult for people to, like, pop in at any point if it's the middle of a story. So I think at least for the first couple, we'll just do either single manga or ones that only take like 2 volumes, or do like ones that take like 4 volumes at most, I would say, so that we could do like 2 streams. Like 2 longer streams. But yeah, so we'll see. We'll just kind of take it day by day. I do have quite a few. I might, you know what? I might put up polls in the Discord to see, let everyone else pick which ones I read. I'm only going to be reading manga that I own because I don't want to pirate manga or like read it off online. I think that most of the like manga reading websites have been taken down at this point for you know, like not owning the property. But yeah, I'm only going to be reading manga that I personally own, so which is still quite a bit, but but yeah, so I'll probably put up polls on Discord, see what you guys want to hear. So now I have a dog, so I feel better. That's good. That's good. Animals are very good at cheering you up and being like emotionally supportive. I've actually had a lot more pets in the past than I thought. Dengeki Daisy? Oh my god. I can't believe you remember Dengeki Daisy. Yeah, that's still one of my favorite manga series. The thing is, though, is that one's like, I think it's like 15 volumes. So it would take, at minimum, about 7 streams. At minimum. I'd say probably closer to like at least 10 to 15 streams at most. So we'll see on that one. I would really like to do it someday, though. Although, Kyosuke Matomi, the one who made Dengeki Daisy, she also made one that's called Beastmaster. Not what you think, not what you think. It's not what you think, I promise. It's not, like, weird or anything. But she made one called Beastmaster, and it's only 2 volumes. And that's the first work of hers that I read. And that one's really good. It's very cute. So we might do that one. That might be a good alternative. I don't know any good manga. Well, it's a lie. I read K-On! I read K-On! And enjoyed it. Oh, K-On!'s really cute. K-On! Is very cute. I think I preferred the anime just because it's got like the music for it. But yeah, K-On! Is a very good choice. Tank of fish, 2 Jack Russells. 1 bit me and gave me a permanent fear of dogs. Oh, I'm sorry. 2 cats, a snake. Oh, a snake! And the only one I have now is a single fish. Oh, I'm sorry. That's very sad, but at least you have the fishy. At least you have the fish. When I was in 5th grade, this is gonna sound so sad and so pathetic. But when I was in 5th grade, my best friend was a fish. I didn't really have friends, and I got bullied a lot when I was a kid. So, my dad had this giant fish tank, and he had all different types of fish, and he had a clownfish that I was very fond of, and I named him Flounder. And that fish, I decided, was my best friend. So after school every day, I'd run downstairs and I'd go tell the fish about my day. I wouldn't tell my parents. My mom would be like, "How's your day, honey?" And I'd say, "Oh, it was fine." And I'd leave it at that. And then I'd go home and I'd go downstairs and I'd tell the fish how my day was. And I'd tell him everything that happened. Which is so sad. But I mean, he was really cute, and yeah, so even just a fish can be a very good companion. I own all of them because of you. Do you really? Oh, that's so funny. I didn't realize that you owned them all. That's so good. Isn't that series really good though? It's still one of my favorites. It's still at least top 5. Might be number 2. It's really good. Beastmaster is also a good one. It's really good. It's so adorable. Thank you. That was one of those things that made me smile. Oh, for Kaon? Yeah, Kaon was very good. Yeah. I'm already attached to him. He's pink and white, so I named him Valentine. Oh, that's so cute. Aw. There was also a period where we thought he was a girl because my dad thought he was pregnant. Oh, interesting. I'm assuming he ended up not being pregnant, maybe just fat, but are you sure that it's a male? I guess it doesn't matter too much since it's a fish. You could just call him he. It's not like a big deal. As long as, I mean, if you have multiple fish, you'd probably want to know, but yeah. Yeah, I have owned, so when I was a kid, I had 2 dogs and a cat. The cat is still alive. She's been around for 13 years, and she was full grown when we found her, so she's probably not going to be around for too much longer, but she's a very good cat. So I had them growing up, and then I've owned 2 rabbits, 5 guinea pigs, a hamster, a dog, a cat. I had another cat for a little bit, but that was only for like a month. Trying to think of anything else. I feel like I probably had other pets, but no, that's probably it. The most pets that I've ever had at one time was 10, which was a lot of work. And unfortunately, most of them have either been given away or passed away. One of them from old age, one of them from asthma problems, which I'm so upset. I tried to bring her in multiple times to get her checked out, and they always said, "Nope, it's fine, she's fine." Well, that was really sad. And then a couple of my female guinea pigs we had to give away. Had to give away a rabbit, had to give away a cat. Just for different reasons, but they were all in very good homes, and they were all very, very happy. I made sure of it. My animals like mean the world to me. I would die for my animals, so always make sure that they're okay. He wasn't, and we don't know, but he's a he as far as I'm concerned. That's perfectly fine. Perfectly fine. I love talking about previous pets. Yeah, animals are so good. My friend's mom has 12 dogs, 2 died, and 1 she gave to a friend, and I was legit destroyed when one of her dogs died. Yeah, because you get so attached to them. And then, like, you start picking favorites, and then somehow the favorite one always dies first, and then it's very sad, and just, yeah. One of the cats wasn't actually mine. He was my stepmother's. Oh, however, he had to wear a cone permanently due to his illness. Oh, that's sad. That's sad. But I hope that he was, well, you know, I'm sure that, I don't know if he's still alive or not, but I'm sure that he either lived a very happy life or he is still living a very happy life. So, I'm trying to think of, I really, for like pets that like we want to own someday, I really want to own a raccoon, and I really want to own a skunk. I want a trash party. A possum would be cute too, but I feel like if it ever died, I would just assume it's playing dead, and then I'd just have a dead possum in my house for like 2 weeks until I realized. So maybe that's not a good idea. I'd never want to, like, you know, accidentally take the risk of, you know, getting rid of him if he was still alive. That's so bad. But I've always wanted a skunk for sure. They're so cute. And apparently, once you take their stink sacks out, they act a lot like cats. And they're just like wiggly little guys. So they're very cute. Raccoons are a bit more, what's the word? Chaotic? Where they will try to like destroy everything you own. They're very like curious creatures, and they like to like tear at things and go through your stuff and eat all your food, and they're so chubby and I want to hug one, and they're so cute. I really like raccoons. They're so good. Would you be able to smell the dead possum, wouldn't you? I mean, eventually, but it would take a while. Then our other cat had a mustache. She had a love-hate relationship with all of us. Oh, I see. Well, I think it usually takes anywhere between like a few hours to like a couple days, I think, for rigor mortis to set in. Although I know it's different depending on the creature. So I'm not quite sure. It could be shorter, could be longer. But yeah. Oh man. I'm trying to think of, what do you guys normally name your pets after? Because I usually like to name my animals after food. So like one of my rabbits was named Butters, and the other one was named Mochi. And then I've had, I temporarily had a cat named Pumpkin. I had a guinea pig named Prosciutto. I had a hamster named Cheese. So a lot of food names. Just a little bit goofy, but I really like food names for animals. I think that they're very cute. I've also known somebody who would like name all of their pets after colors. So like one was purple and one was red, and it was really cute. And I was like, oh, that's so cute. I think theme names are really nice. I also, my guinea pigs, I had 3 originally. And so I had a boy one who was named Andy, and a girl one named April, and a white one named Mouse Rat. And it was all Parks and Rec references because Andy and April and then Mouse Rat is the name of Andy's band. And so it was all Parks and Rec references. So yeah, I don't know. I kind of go with the theme sometimes for animals, but that's my favorite theme. I'm gonna try to get a doggy when I get my own place. You should. That would be awesome. What kind of dog do you want? I'm personally a big fan of like the big fluffy ones, so like Malamutes and stuff. Oh, so cute. What kind of dog do you want? There was a place I went to, a forest school, and we found a dead squirrel. Oh, and a dead snake. Oh, that's sad. Ugh, that's not good. Yeah, Cookie. Cookie's still alive. Oh yeah, I forgot. Yeah, that is also a food name. My first cat that I ever had, her name's Cookie, which is also a food name. But yeah, no, she's still alive. She's still kicking it. She's deaf and gets lonely easily, and her like voice is out. So anytime that she gets lonely, she goes, "Ow, ow, ow." And that's how she calls for people, because she can't meow anymore because she's so old. So she just goes, she won't be able to tell that anyone's home because she can't hear anything. And so she'll just like look around, and if she doesn't see anyone, she goes, "Ow." Until somebody comes and pets her. It's very cute. The dog, the one who didn't bite me, is still alive, but she just isn't mine anymore. Oh, I see. It's always sad when you have to give up pets, but sometimes it's for the best, so that helps to make it a little bit better. It's literally the name of the dog who bit me. Oh, Cookie? Really? Oh no, oh no. My cat was named Puss in Boots. That's so cute. Like from Shrek, that's so cute. And like I said, he died 2 years ago. Oh, I'm sorry. That's sad. I'm sure that he had a very happy life, though. Shih Tzus are the best dogs? Really? Is that your favorite kind? They're cute. They are very cute. Another, oh, mini Schnauzer. Oh, mini Schnauzers are so cute. Oh, that would be very nice. That would be a very good dog to have. That'd be very cute. Yeah, Yeah, well, thank you guys for hanging out with me a little bit after our manga reading. I think that I'll probably go ahead and end things here. But thank you guys so much for watching and for hanging out with me. And I hope that you all have a great rest of your day or night or whatever time it is for you. And I will, we buried the snake and the squirrel. Oh, I see, okay. My stepmother owns a dog. He currently is the only one I let touch me. Really? Oh, he's an idiot, but I love him though. That's how it is with a lot of dogs. They're so cute. But yeah, thank you guys again so much. And I hope that you all have a great rest of your day or night or whatever time it is for you. And hopefully I will see you all next time. Bye. Thank you. Later. Bye.